Hello, and welcome to the Shiba Chat Show. This is your podcast for all things Shiba Inu. On Shiba Chat, you will learn about health, training, education, nutrition, grooming, art, owner stories, and experiences about our beloved, fluffy, and natural monument of Japan, the Shiba Inu. We will be helpful and fun, full of guests like Shiba owners, trainers, nerds, and experts from around the globe. Now, here's your host, directly from Portugal, Charlie Mancini.
Hello, I'm Charlie Mancini. I'm your host for this show, the Shiba Chat Show. Today we received Irena and Akio Heisei Daigan, expats living in Portugal. Akio is living his best life hunting little prey in forests, rolling in dead fish, and digging clam shells on the vast beaches of Portugal. While Irena is raising her little champion and is on the path of becoming a responsible breeder of Shiba Inu. Never has she ever imagined becoming a dog owner, as all her life perceived herself as a devoted cat lady. So, now she has her darling cat dog, Akio. Follow Akio on Instagram at Akio Heisei Daigan. I repeat, Akio Heisei Daigan on Instagram. Follow this beautiful and lovely Shiba Inu from Portugal.
Because patience is the key.
Yeah, maybe that's why all this prejudice about the breed. If you read on the internet, the first thing you will look is that they are aloof, they are like stubborn, but stubborn, we are stubborn because we are humans. They are not stubborn. They are just in a different mindset, and their perception of the world is different, as you said before. And I think that explains why sometimes in the first moments when you start training your dog, he doesn't listen. He listens, but he decides not to perform that task that you are saying. And it's very common for Shiba owners to tell me, how is Satoshi like without a leash, like he doesn't run away or something? But it depends. Of course, he's on a leash, but if he's on the beach, I can take off the leash, but it's not like 1 hour without, and sometimes, I've seen Shibas, for instance, in Spain, that they leave them without a leash and they don't escape. So that thing to say that a Shiba Inu is an escape artist, and you're reading all the time, stuff about escape artists.
I would not call them escape artists. It's just, it is a primitive breed with very strong instincts. Mm-hmm. And I sometimes do walk off the leash with Akio, but in 95 cases I don't. Even on the beach, I have 10 meters biotin leash, which is like made, I use the rope for the fly fishing. So it's very light. It's only 20 grams or something. So he doesn't feel it. But he has this 10 meters rope because sometimes I can see that he got the track and he's going. He is not reacting on me at all because he smelled something. This is when I have the safety belt, the 10 meters leash, that I can stop him and say, hey, like I'm here. And then he's like, yeah, right, you're here, because
that's a good tip for the listeners.
Yes, that's that for me, it was like a life, because it is a lifesaver at some point, because we have stray dogs on the beach and he got attacked a lot of times. And having this 10 meters leash, first of all, even if I hold the other end, he has enough space to run around, to have his zoomies, to sniff, and to get the cognitive stimulation that he requires as a dog. But at the same time, I have the safety belt. And if something, I can always stop him to end up in a dangerous situation or run away. Because I cannot say about all Shiba Inus, but Akio's instincts are very strong, and he can smell like bitches on heat, even if I don't see the dog. You know, the dog can be in 2 kilometers away from me, but he will be already going crazy. You know,
I have read about it, and it's common for them to smell, bitches on the heat, like, you know, miles and miles away. Yes, yes, yeah. But of course, it depends on the dog. But they have that that particularity. That
and I would say that I recently read that about Shibas that they say that no matter how well your dog is trained, walking with Shiba Inu off the leash is a risk, because this dog have 2 strong instincts. And how many times I have read even on our Facebook group that dog went missing, because 9 out of 10 times it will be all perfect, but on 10th time he will smell something that you didn't expect, and you will lose this moment when he fled. Because I sometimes, actually one thing that I always do, I never do, is if he's off the leash, I never lose focus from him. I don't use my phone. I don't talk to my friends. I'm not getting distracted by anyone. I'm focusing on what my dog is doing. And I can see exact moment when I need to catch him, or like drag his attention towards me, because I can see that he's being slowly sidetracked. Because if I don't do that, if I get distracted by a phone call, I can turn around and my dog is gone. No. He will not stick to you. Because, for example, German Shepherd or Labrador or Golden Retriever, for this breed, the human, the owner, is the center of the universe. For Shiba Inus, the owner will always come second, because there's always a big, beautiful world to explore.
Yeah, to explore and to get lost sometimes. Unfortunately.
And when you're getting this dog, you need to be prepared that this dog comes with a list of things that you need to keep in mind. It's an amazing breed. It's an amazing dog. I love him for his personality traits, for him being a cat, not annoying me, not having saliva all over the place, not barking, and and etc. But at the same time, when I was getting this dog, I knew exactly what I was getting. I'm prepared. Still, sometimes I look at other owners, how their dog are licking them and giving affection and sleeping together. My dog will never do that. No. I know that he loves me, but he will never sleep in my bed. He will never sleep on the sofa. He needs to be with me in the same room. So when where I am, he needs to be in the same space to see me, to see what I'm doing. He's always watching me. He knows where I am, but he will never come next to me and cuddle with me, you know? So, and I sometimes miss that.
It's like a shadow. It's like a shadow.
Yes.
It's just following you, and that's okay.
He sometimes comes and I want to play. I want to play with me, or go for a walk. But don't touch me, play with me. Don't touch me, play with me. You know. So yeah, that's funny. That's funny. I still, I guess that's the only thing that's for me is a downside, or maybe a good side, because initially being a cat person, I loved the fact that this dog will not annoy me all over, every day, every time, you're busy with work, but he's love me, love me, love me. But he's not. But now, after being Shiba Inu owner for 2 years, I'm like, I would love him sleeping next to me on the sofa with his head on my body parts,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
but
You know, so
I see. Cool. So now Miney is getting away. He was
okay.
sleeping right next to me, but now he decided to move to the other side.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm getting like too intimate of this human being.
Too
Perhaps
much.
it's better for me
I'm too close. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like cat. He's like an independent, not human being, of course, living being.
Yes. He needs
But
to
that's
be somewhere around you, but not too close. Keep
yeah,
social distancing.
not too close. But mine, for instance, is very tender. He asks a lot for the cuddling thing and everything, but I guess it's because we've made him like that, you know. If I was like a bit, how do you say it, like pushy? Yes, like stay away. It will not be so gentle, you know, since we are, like giving so much affection or something, is responding that way. But it wasn't this way. During the months, he was changing. Now he became more attached.
I
Yeah.
must say that it's true because they are changing, and it will depend. Like when you are getting a Shiba Inu, you need to understand. You need to understand for yourself what type of dog you want to be, because he can be both.
Yeah.
And maybe it was a mistake at the very beginning because he was not allowed on the sofa. He was not allowed on the bed. He never attempted to, but I was never like putting him on a bed or on the sofa, like, because we are living on the same territory, and each of us, humans and the dog, have their own space. In each room, he has his bed. He has like, we are living on the same territory, but minding our own space. So he grew up like this. He knew that like the sofa is for humans, the bed next to the sofa is for the dog, you know. Now I'm trying to slowly change it, because on the cozy winter evenings, I'm imagining myself sitting in front of the fireplace, hugging my dog. He's allowing me to do it, but he's not coming first, you know. If I take him, he will sit with me for 5 minutes, like, and then after 5 minutes, so like he's looking at me, okay, you're done. You got what you wanted. Can I go now? You know, so he's not, but he will never come first. And yeah, I miss that.
Okay. So you talked about the dog psychology and the species behavioral patterns. Okay.
Yes.
But have you trained your dog for comfortable living?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's something that we have discussed off the record.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's like problem, not problem, because due to the pandemic, I was quite limited in where I can go for a puppy school. So we found walking distance from our home, really nice dog training center. And we were going there twice a week for the basic obedience training.
Okay.
And on the parallel, knowing and being quite educated in terms of like species behavioral patterns and dog psychology, I was working at home with him, training him for comfortable living. I mean, training things that are not taught in puppy schools. How to stay at home alone, how to not damage your property, how to not bark on the door, how to, I don't know, eat slowly, and like how to cut claws, how to get brushed, how to bath, how to clean teeth. All these things, they're not like built-in functions. in the dogs, and they need to be trained for this. Because, for example, if you don't train properly staying at home alone, it builds separation anxiety. And if you do it harshly, he just gets scared, and he gets even more scared the longer you leave him. Because dogs, they originally, naturally, they live in packs, and they are always surrounded by their pack members. And it is not normal for them to stay alone. So when owners, without proper training, they leaving the dogs for like half an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours a day, he starts to get nervous because he thinks that their pack has abandoned him. And this nervousness promotes damaging the furniture. So, which means that when dog has the destructive behavior at home, it's not because it's a dog, it's because there is a reason for the destructive behavior. Like if you left dog at home alone and you return in the evening and you have eaten, and the dog has eaten your sofa, it means that dog was so stressed by being home alone that the only way how to get over stress, he needed to choose something.
Yeah, like to cope with the stress, he needs to...
Just like humans, sometimes when we are stressed, we start like emptying our fridge because we want to get positive emotions out of good food. The same with dogs. Chewing relaxes them. And if you don't give them what to chew, they will chew your furniture, your belongings, because in dogs' world, whatever is accessible at this particular moment, and no one else showing their rights on owning this particular thing, then he's allowed to eat it or touch it or do whatever he wants with it, because it's no one's property. In dogs' world, there is no such thing as this toy is yours and this sofa is mine. No, if you don't sit on the sofa at this particular moment, then I can do whatever I want with it. And it comes with the training to explain, like, it's not like explaining that he's doing wrong.
Yeah.
It's more about not giving him an opportunity to do that at all. For example, chewing shoes. When you get a puppy, you should hide all your shoes, so that the dog, when it's stressed, it doesn't have access to your shoes. So that from the puppy age, the bad behavior is not formed, because it's much easier not to form the bad behavior rather than fix something that is broken already, you know? And I started with staying at home alone, and it takes training for him to teach that, to understand that, like, staying home alone, it's a great opportunity to sleep all day, do nothing, because my owners will return at the end, you know? And also another reason why dogs are being destructive when left at home alone is that they don't get enough cognitive stimulation on the morning walks. Because I've seen a lot how dog owners are walking their dogs on like 1.5 meters long leash, and dog has no access to bushes, and basically they don't get what their nature intended them to get, is like sniffing bushes, licking marks, leaving their marks, like socializing, leaving messages on the lampposts, you know. And for bigger breeds, it needs to be like 5-10 meters long leash, so that dog can walk freely and sniff what he wants to sniff. So that even like if the walk is like 15-30 minutes a day, it's enough for him to collect all the information that he needs if the leash is long enough. Because if he gets his cognitive stimulation in the morning, he will need to sleep during the day to digest everything that he has collected, that his brain has all the information needs to be like, you know, and if he doesn't get enough information, then he will be understimulated, which means that when you leave him at home alone, he will get bored because he's not tired. And being tired doesn't mean being physically tired. He needs to be mentally tired of all the beautiful things and all the messages on the trees that he read, you know. And then he just needs to sleep for his 16 hours a day, and that's it.
You are listening to the Shiba Chat Show, your podcast for all things Shiba Inu, celebrating the Doge community around the planet. Feel free to share this podcast with your friends and follow Satoshi, Charlie Mancini Shiba, at Instagram.com/Satoshi the Shiba. The show will continue right now.
Shiba Chat, Shiba Chat, Shiba Chat, Shiba Chat, Shiba Chat. Yeah, so they need to be stimulated, but imagine, because people do live in cities, or the vast majority of people, they do live in cities, they can't walk them like with a 5 meters leash, you know, because of traffic, because of, you know. So dogs are a bit, how do you say, unstable, like not balanced at all because of the situation, the urban situation.
That's true, but also I would say that some owners they are not aware of the needs of the dog, because actually going to local pet shops, I struggle finding a leash longer than 3 meters. Only in one shop I found the leash which is 3 meters. All the rest are like 1.5 meters, 1.20 meters. We don't even have this on the offer in the pet shops. How ordinary pet owner will know that like there is like this is a leash for like walking from A to B? Yeah, because I have I think 4 different leashes in a different length, depending on where I'm going. If I'm going from A to B, I need to quickly get from point A to point B. I take the short leash. He's not allowed to stop or sniff because this walk is not for him. He's just accompanying me from A to B. But at the same time, he knows that we have a tradition. Twice a day, I take once a day, I take 10 meters leash and we go to the forest. Second time a day, I take 3 meters leash and we go on a short leash until the park. And then in the park, he gets his 3-5 meters to wander by himself and sniff what he wants to sniff, you know. And it's not about how far do you go or how long is the walk. It's about him having an opportunity of doing what he wants, not what you told him to do, but what he, like his brain, his nature is.
If he wants to be stimulated every day, so we can like stay healthy, comfortable, and a happy dog. Because we want happy dogs.
Of course, and
I think that's the main reason we have dogs. I can't speak for the majority, of course, but we must think about the dog. It's not like, oh, I have or I own a dog. No, a dog is like a partner, you know, it's like our friend.
Member of the family, like we are one big pack.
That ownership leads us to, I will tell you what you must do, how you must do. So, you know, kind of a dictatorship of the...
That's wrong. That's wrong. That's absolutely wrong.
Yeah,
in my house, we live as a pack. And the biggest thing that you need to have for your dog is respect for this animal in your house, and you took him to take care of him, her, they, and your responsibility is to make them happy. And it's not about dictatorship. You need to respect their needs. You need to give them like basic things and love in order to just be a happy dog. And you don't need to show dominance and show who is the boss in the house to get what you want from the dog, is the obedience. Obedience is setting rules from day one. They appear in your house and all family members are following those rules. And then everyone will be happy. Also for dogs, it's really important to have traditions. Like traditions.
Rituals.
Rituals, exactly.
Okay.
Rituals. Morning walk ritual, evening walk ritual. And if the ritual is broken, then the dog starts to get nervous, like there's something wrong, because their key to their happy life is predictability of what will be happening every day, you know. And if you want to add something new to his life, then it needs to be a very nice ritual, you know, new ritual.
Yes. And they will appreciate it for sure. What do you recommend for novices, like for first-time owners?
Before getting
patience.
Patience, no, not only patience, of course. We are all humans, and I am not perfect either, because I do have my good days, bad days, and like mood swings and whatever, you know. And they do too, by the way. You need to keep that in mind, that that's a living being, and they also have good mood, bad mood, and you need to respect that, you know. Apart from patience, I would recommend before getting a dog, whether it's Shiba Inu or Kishu Inu or Akita Inu, as I said before, they are still dogs, and you need to learn about what dog is, how they think, how they perceive the world. This will help you understand your future dog, instead of like humanizing them and sometimes demanding from them something that they just cannot give you, because they are dogs and they think differently. And it should be done before you get the pet, because as soon as he will enter your house, that's it. Your mind is blown. It's like super nice and like cuddly, and you love, and you forget about everything, and you just enjoy this first couple of weeks.
Okay, that's a good recommendation. In the field of recommendations, have you found any useful websites like vlogs, books, or more? It doesn't have to be like Shiba Inu oriented, you know? Do you recommend
I don't know.
any vlog or podcast, or, you know?
Well, my native language is Russian. So I would say most of the resources that I'm following are in Russian. And I find them at least they give me what I need. If they're not the best, then it's just I find them good. I don't know if it's something that I should be sharing for an English or Portuguese.
If it works for your dog and for you, it might be a helpful resource for our listeners. So you can recommend someone.
So for Instagram, for example, the dog behavioral specialist, it's like dog school in terms of behavior and psychology, is Pibo. It's Pibo, Pibo dog. It's in Russian, but still, if you're like opening Instagram from your computer, then you can use the translator. I guess they are also authors of 2 books about what dog is. And the second book is really funny name. It's something like Eat, Love, Pray, but like feed, cuddle, and love, like love, cuddle, feed, something like that. It was really funny to read that book. On YouTube, there's like dog training. It's called dog training.
It's like a channel, a YouTube.
Yeah, it's a YouTube
channel.
channel of a lady from Russia. She is a breeder, trainer, and she's amazing in terms of like training any type of breed. She understands, she knows a lot of things about like each breed that she has ever trained. Apart from dogs, she's working with horses. Yeah, that's one amazing resource. And that's it. Yeah.
So what's the name of the channel? We can put it in the details of this episode. I've just typed dog training, but millions of channels with that name. But then you can send, let it be.
That's I will send you the link because it's dog training, but it's in Russian in Cyrillics.
It's Cyrillics, okay.
You need to write it in Cyrillics, and
yeah, I see. I don't know how to speak, how to write it in Cyrillics. Okay, I think we're done. Any message to to the Shiba fans?
The Shiba fans, love your Shiba.
Yeah.
Respect your Shiba, because we sometimes make mistakes of thinking that they're fluffy, nice, cuddly plush toys, but they're not. They're dogs. Respect your Shiba, love your Shiba, and train your Shiba from the very first day they arrive to your home. Slowly but surely, that's another way of cognitive stimulation, is like get the treats and start playing around and see how he reacts, and like some basic things. And like there is magic in treats. And if your dog does not like cheese, that maybe it's not this particular cheese. Try another cheese. If your dog doesn't like this meat, try different meat. There is always something that he will be ready to sell his soul for. No?
Yeah. Mine today, Satoshi stole the cheese from my wife on breakfast this morning. I heard on the floor, she was like, "Oh, bad boy," and I was, he knows what he likes. So, but he's craving about bread and cheese. He's just toast,
Especially
like
the stinky. The more the smell awful, the more it smells awful, the better for them.
Yeah, I guess so. If it's like a queijo de cura, it'll be like it starts to mouth watering. Okay, thank you very much, Irena. Satire.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good day. Hope to speak to you someday again.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Shiba Chat Show. And now it's time for you to go play with a Shiba Inu. If you would like to get in touch, please send us an email to shibachatshow@gmail.com. Bye for now.
Shiba chat, Shiba chat, Shiba chat, Shiba chat, Shiba chat.